Would you rather have Masai Ujiri or Kawhi Leonard?
Molly Charim, this is tough. The answer is Masai Ujiri to build a team. Kawhi Leonard's an MVP caliber player in his prime. I'll leave him for Stephen A. But Masai Ujiri is a master architect. Think about what he did in Denver. No superstars available. What are you going to do? Think about the haul for Carmelo Anthony, first of all. But what are you going to do? What he realized is, remember that scene in Hoosiers where Stephen A., where Gene Hackman's the coach and he's telling the players, see this ball? It's the same size. That hoop, it's the same size, same number of feet from the line, the whole thing. Don't worry about playing in some new arena. It's all the same. It's just basketball. There's no home court in basketball in terms of the physical dimensions, the way there is in baseball. Yankee Stadium, short right field porch. You hit home runs, lefty power. Or football, cold weather stadium versus indoors. You can design a team around that. What do you do in basketball? But Denver has that mile-high air. It's thin. So Masai Ujiri put together a team of 2 starting fives, basically, and ran everyone out the gym. They, at one point, were 27-2 over some stretch, I think it was, at home. It was really a brilliant strategy and perfectly executed just about. In a league where you need a superstar to win. Then he goes to Toronto, starts making moves right away. Toronto becomes an Eastern Conference powerhouse. Stephen A., everyone talks about the Kawhi move, DeRozan, it took such guts. I don't think so. This is a great move by Ujiri, but I'd have done the same thing if Kawhi was available. Everyone's giving him a lot of credit for that. It's all the architecture that went into that moment. Stephen A., it's even his relationship with Kyle Lowry, bringing him along even through the strife to be a championship caliber point guard. Masai Ujiri is one of those guys who not only gets the details all right, but has that Jerry West ability to look at a guy and say, he can play, he can't, I can do something with him, etc. There's no more valuable resource to building a team than a guy like that. There are only a couple of them, by definition, when you put them all on the bell curve, because they're compared to each other in the league at any given time. They are worth their weight in gold, and Masai Ujiri is one of them.
After being executive of the year in 2013, he goes to Toronto, and since he's been in Toronto, their record has been 48-34, 49-33, 56-26, 51-31, 59-23. All those years they went to the playoffs before, obviously going to the playoffs again for the 6th straight year and capturing the championship. And having said all of that, I still say you go with Kawhi with this particular question in terms of building a team. That's not to take anything away from Masai Ujiri, who I think has proven how sensational he is as an executive. The point is, regardless of how sensational he was fresh off of getting swept by LeBron James in the NBA, in the Eastern Conference semifinals last year. They got obliterated. You picked Toronto to win the series. They didn't just lose. They got stomped, okay? And why? Because they didn't have any answer for LeBron James. And it isn't just Kawhi in terms of his performance this year, not just throughout the post-regular season, but throughout the postseason, especially into the NBA Finals, that proves my point. It's LeBron from last year proving the point. When you have an elite player, one of the greatest in the world, that offsets a lot of things. If we looked at the Toronto Raptors without Kawhi Leonard, we'd be looking at a very good team with some nice parts that would be in the playoffs every year and then go home. What we're looking at now is a champion. And they're a champion because they have a superstar player. I'm not talking about players per se are important and more important than the greatness of somebody like Masai Ujiri. I'm saying when you have someone as exceptional as Masai Ujiri, the one thing that usurps that is a superstar player. Jerry West has proven that. Why do we call Jerry West so great? He's made a lot of moves throughout his career as an executive with the Los Angeles Lakers, as an executive hovering over the Memphis Grizzlies franchise before becoming a consultant with the Golden State Warriors. Now he's with the Clippers. We see a lot of moving parts. But who are the Clippers looking to get this summer? It's Kawhi. Who did Jerry West get? Shaq. Who did he draft? Kobe. These are the kind of things. I'm saying that when it comes to an elite superstar player, under no other exception do you go the route of an executive. But if you're comparing the need for an elite executive to an elite talent like a Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, guys like that, you go to a player.
I almost always agree with that. In this case, I'm going to disagree because LeBron in his prime is an exception. LeBron, Jordan's the greatest player who ever lived, but LeBron could do more with less than anyone who ever lived, right? So LeBron's an exception. Kawhi will put you over the top. But Kawhi by himself does not turn a team necessarily into a champion. It has to be the right situation. And that goes for most players. By the way, KD too. KD had a million things in OKC, couldn't win a title. So even but let me tell you what a guy like Jerry West or Masai Ujiri can do. If in the absence of the availability of a star like that, you will be a healthy franchise and a perennial playoff team. And as soon as a guy like that becomes available, they're going to grab him.
Yeah, but here's my retort to all of that. Again, you're not trying to dismiss the importance of the elite executive. But for example, God rest his soul, Jerry Krause, former general manager for the Chicago Bulls. He drafted Scottie Pippen. He went and acquired, a Bill Cartwright and guys in favor of guys like Charles Oakley. Built a three-headed monster at the center. He went, all of these things that he did, the Dennis Rodmans of the world, the Paxsons, the B.J. Armstrongs, the Craig Hodges of the world. All of these parts were around Jordan. But his biggest problem was what? Jordan didn't like him at the time. Jordan didn't respect him because of the manner in which he communicated with Jordan. When did the Bulls have a problem? When you talk about Jordan not being there. You remember when Jordan came back, Jordan was hurt his second season, and he had missed like 63 games or something like that. And they were like, you're not coming back or whatever. And Jordan defied everything and everybody, wouldn't listen, dropped 63 at the Garden. Bird called them Garden shorts or whatever it was. I mean, it's all of this stuff. No matter how great Krause was, it's Jordan that made what it was.
No executive's worth Michael Jordan. No executive's worth probably LeBron James.
But I'm just talking about the elite players.
As much as I love Kawhi, he's not quite Michael Jordan or LeBron James in their prime.
I agree.
Masai's A+, but it's always going to be a superstar-driven league. Thank you so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.